Hey, how you guys doing? Last time as I ended the stream, I was checking on some calculations to make sure I had enough um, materials, or make sure I was only collecting as much material as I needed to each episode, and about to find out if my calculations are right. So jump into the game and test some stuff out.
Connecting.
Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is check to see if I used the my actual amounts or the okay, so I forgot to calculate the processing efficiency, but I believe it's 30%. Simple edit to one of these. Um, just my figures. Titanium. Right. So it's 2200 rich plagioclase. 22,000. Okay, so the final, after that correction, the elevators are 22,000 rich plagio class and 4,300 concentrated Veldspar. I adjust my notes into 43. So it's about 3 times what I had originally calculated. Okay. Uh, Tackle. I think I'm a little short on plagioclase, so let me run out and get a load of that, and then come back and do the manufacturing. Still got over a day worth of training to do. Need 22K. I've got 14K. So I need about 8K. I think that's a little more than a load. Actually, or, or not. I may have enough materials already processed. Let me spin around and jump back in the dock. Go ahead and process.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Might have just enough. Come on. And I do. That's nice. That's good. Still got a lot of extra materials, it looks like. Well, let's go out and fill the grocery list, and we'll see tomorrow how close we actually were. Or I was. Yes. If the calculations are correct, we figured it out. If they're wrong, I messed it up. Uh, we're having better luck at Beckmon 7.
Warp drive
Okay.
active.
I started a little early today, but okay, that's kind of not good. At least they're all Serpentis. Okay. According to my notes that I just fixed, 22,000 plagioclase. I spelled wrong. Oh, I'm keep forgetting to turn on. Like, why is it so quiet? Now, I did some checking, or I watched a little bit of some old videos the other day. I did um find out I did get this music from YouTube library, but none of it's actually listed on there anymore. But because it was listed under Creative Commons, I believe, you can't revoke um, um, a license to use material once it's listed as free to use, as long as I'm still using the same version. So and I honestly don't know why it's not in the library anymore. Now, one of the reasons I did the calculations with the rich plagioclase and the concentrated Feldspar is because it's more efficient to get the higher yield or higher density minerals, because you need less volume of them to, which means fewer trips. We've already got 5,000 the rich plagioclase. I need 17,000 more. Not exactly sure how many loads that's going to be. I need a little over 4 times what I've got now. I've got a little under 2/5 of a fold. See how it works out. Now, what I'll probably end up doing is making up a whole bunch of charges, like maybe probably a week's worth, and then getting a one of my one of my ventures. I think I have a few of those. Oh, Velators. And loading it up with ammunition and take it somewhere else to sell it. Now, that's something I can actually look up out of game, because it's actually hard to look up in game. Is where the best place to sell the thorium charges. I might even make a suicide run somewhere. Try and sell them. Because, I mean, honestly, I'm not out that much money if I lose the whole load. It's more of a time issue. But, of course, they say time is money, so... Okay, half a load, I've got 17,000 or 7,000 rich plagioclase. So it's going to be about 14,000 per load. So it looks like it's going to be about...
Skill training completed.
That scared me. I thought I was like, what? Oh, training. This means about 2 loads of rich plagioclase and probably half a load of Veldspar, if it's the same density. Which I don't think it is. My mom's older sister is visiting us today. Well, visiting Grandma. And she was here yesterday. Or no, that was this morning. She got here last night. About 8 o'clock. So I didn't know. But I went to bed this morning around noon. I went up to tell her I was going to sleep because I usually watch Grandma in the morning, or keep an ear on Grandma in the morning, because she usually just sits on the front room, either asleep or watching TV, while Mom goes to work, or at least until recently. So I pretty much was keeping an ear on Grandma from about 5 a.m. whenever my aunt got up. I don't really know because I was listening to what was going on upstairs more than I was watching the time. So I stayed up till about noon because that's normally when Mom would get home from work. Working from home in the afternoon. I went up there and I told her I was going to bed, talking about why I use that time schedule, and she, one of the few people I meet in person who approve of my scheduling consideration. I mean, all other things equal, I mean, I'd probably rather be doing this stream somewhere in the middle of the day when I'm awake and not just getting up or about to go to bed. But with my mom working from home requiring exclusive access to the internet, it works. I mean, I've always been a kind of person who's more comfortable being awake later. Never did like mornings. I really like to watch the sunrise on my way to bed. But, you usually don't meet a lot of people who approve of that kind of schedule. The way I always put it is I was born in the wrong time zone. We live in halfway around the world. I've tried to do a couple of Let's Plays before, and I don't know if I was actually playing the right games for me, because I'd get burned out on the game after about, a week of doing the Let's Plays, and, the project would die, and then about another 2 weeks later, I'd start getting comments and views and all kinds of, like, the Let's Play finally, became popular, and I hadn't even looked at the game for almost a month. But, this one, I mean, yeah, it's a really hard, slow journey to get that first Plex. But that's the way it should be. I mean, in order for the company to make a profit, getting that first free subscription should be difficult. It should be easier to pay for membership than it is to play for membership. It should take a time investment to be able to play for free. Otherwise, nobody pays for membership and the game goes bankrupt. Especially if they have to post the game online. Whereas a game that is basically cloud hosted, meaning, everybody running the game client is also running part of the server, then you have to pay for the overhead. And you can't afford to go several months without getting any cash subscriptions. That's why single player and LAN network type games survive the free-to-play I don't know what to call it, architecture, let's just call it that. Survive the free-to-play architecture a little better, because once the game is, distributed, the company that
The asteroid is depleted.
thank you. And that's almost exactly a full load, so let's go drop this off after we grab our guys there. There it is. Once the game is distributed, it really just lives on forever. Whereas something like a MMO with a dedicated server, the game really only exists as long as that server is up.
Docking permission requested. Docking request
And you
accepted.
get a lot of people complaining about their favorite games dying because the company just can't afford to host the servers anymore. They may need that money or bandwidth to work on a new, more profitable project. Okay. This is one of the reasons why I don't like MMO console games. Because by the time I start playing them, there's got like maybe a couple months left before they just completely shut down.
Warp drive active.
Now, there was one game I really liked that I stopped playing because they went from a free-to-play to a... Oh, there's no more Rich Play Juke. That's unfortunate. To a what has been colloquially termed as a pay-to-win system. And honestly, I really like the game because it had player-produced content. You could build your own. It was a D&D style game where you could design your own dungeons and actually link them to
Warp
the
drive active.
main world through a bulletin board system and multi-dungeon entry points. Like one entry point could cover like as many dungeons as you wanted, depending on what quest you were on from the bulletin board. And really, nothing here. Three.
Warp drive active.
But halfway through I was playing it, I mean, not literally halfway, but in the middle of me really enjoying it and playing it, they went to make it so that you could pay for training buffs. And I'll be honest, I was upset about that and stopped playing, but I would consider playing it again, because the real reason I quit is because the first time they offer that, it's all of the less, how do I put this? A lot of people that jump onto the pay to win bandwagon at the beginning are the kind of players that ruin a game for the other players. So I'll give it some time to work through the growing pains of adolescence, and you know, after I feel I've given them enough time, I'll probably, download the game again and try it out again. Or at least look at some reviews and see how the player base has reacted to the change in paradigm. Because there's a really... Okay. Got the drones out, and we're in a combat situation. Enemies incoming. Ish. I believe that one ran away. It would be nice if that one who got away would, tell his friends, stay away from that guy, he'll kick your butt. More than likely, he's just going for backup support. That's what I was looking for. Some of the stories I could. I was just sitting here trying to clear my eyes so I could see the how much ore I'd gotten so far in this load, and I was thinking I really miss my contacts because back when I had a job, I wore contacts, but after going through cancer treatment and limited employment, can't afford them right now. I mean, I've still got several bottles of contact solution. I was just remembering back when I was in high school, I knew a guy who just started wearing contacts, and when you first start wearing contacts, you gotta keep a big bottle of contact solution with you, in case you get something in your eye. You gotta take the contacts out and clean them. Well, he had this big bottle of contact solution with him in school, and he got in trouble not for having the bottle, but because some idiot in his class, and I knew the idiot at the time, and he was an idiot, grabbed the bottle of contact solution and started drinking it. And I'm like, at the time I was like, I know the guy's an idiot, but really? That's like, really stupid. But I was not living in a town that I personally would give credit for producing a lot of highly intelligent individuals, and this guy was an idiot in comparison. But I mean, I don't really know how much it would take to, actually make you sick, but I don't really want to find out. One of those things of, just one of those moments where you go, and I live here? And because I had dealt with some really stupid classmates most of my school career. I mean, I was not athletic, and I was extremely intelligent, so I was bullied most of my school career. So I understand bullies and stupid people, but there's just a limit to what I'm capable of comprehending. I'm one of the first people to say that it's not the bully that's the problem. The problem is, why are they a bully? And that's where you need to go to fix the problem. Because there's really only a few different reasons why someone becomes a bully. One, they're bullied by someone in their personal life. It's quite common that they're bullied by one of their parents. And it's not always like father bullying son, mother bullying daughter. It's just as often father bullying daughter or mother bullying. Or they're being bullied by another bully in the same environment as you're being bullied, and they're trying to have it's their way of lashing out because they're being attacked. But the third reason that you actually do see a lot is sometimes they're just an asshole. And they've just never learned that there's a way you're supposed to treat people, or they just don't care about someone else. Okay, so that should be a total of 22 plagioclase. If there's any concentration. Oh, good. So yeah, like I was saying, most of the time, when someone's being a bully, it's really a cry for help, and the only way you can really deal with that is to get help for the bully. And that's always been my well, other than just trying to escape the situation completely, like one time when I was in junior high, this really small kid was one of the main bullies in my class. And on one event, well, we had soda machines in the school by the door I would go through to catch my bus home, which I only lived about 8 blocks from the school, but it was a really small school district, so I could cut through the back of the elementary school and be just like 3 blocks from my house, or I could take the bus and it'd take me about 10-15 minutes to get home. And the elementary school and middle school were together on one side of the street, and the junior high and high school were together on the other side of the street, and the city library was right next to them. So I mean, it was a really tiny school district. And so I was coming out of the junior high one afternoon, and decided to get a soda from the soda machine for when I got home, which I did on several occasions. But it was the last of my money. I stuck it in the machine. A little twerp ran up and hit the button before I could, select it, which technically is theft. I mean, I knew at the time, I had cause. I could have him, at least harassed by the cops. I mean, because he wasn't old enough to be arrested, but I could at least get him in deep shit with his parents. But instead of, attacking him or trying to, get revenge or get him in trouble, I set up a meeting between him, me, and the school counselor, and told him that, hey, life sucks, and lashing out at others isn't always the best solution. Okay, that should be enough. I've got almost twice as much concentrated Feldspar as I calculated. So, and close that. Well, I mean, I don't know if he actually got any help from the counselors or anything, but I never had any other problems with bullies in that school, so either it worked or it was just such a low blow that
warp drive active.
Nobody ever messed with me in that school again. Like, there are a lot of cases in life when the best weapon is pity. And if you can honestly try to help
Docking
someone
permission requested. Docking
who's
request
hurting, who's
accepted.
trying to hurt you, you can make an impact on their life. Without, resorting to stooping to their level. Okay, so I've got 23,000 rich plagioclase and 8.5 thousand feldspars. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab my resources here. Actually, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split these two stacks I think I need. That one was 22,000. There's my bounties. Read my message, but oh, it was navigation level 4. Bring up my processor. Okay, and the 22,000 plagioclase and the 4,300 feldspar gives me okay. Look on my mouse. Okay, that's wonderful. The game has hijacked my mouse. That gives me 13,412. Titanium. $15,510 pyrite. $77.88. If it'll tell me. The number of runs 40. Doing 286. So the amount of time each run takes must be a little less, like slightly less than what it lists in the description. Okay, well. If that's not the exact right amount of materials, I've still got extra. So, it was a really short episode tonight. But as far as everything I wanted to get done. That's it for tonight. Like I said last time, we're trying to make things more efficient. Extra work for no extra result is kind of the definition of not efficient. We're going to call it there for tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. If it turns out my calculations were correct tomorrow, then this is going to probably be about the length of the episodes from now on, at least until I manage to... I haven't even looked at how much money I have. We're still getting pretty close to 50 million, and we need 2 billion. So we got a ways to go, but yeah, hopefully we'll get there soon. Ish. Ish. It's one of my favorite words. Well, hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. Godspeed, farewell, and I'm leaving. Have a good one.